in this court that we have established, and so merely break the rules that we have established without us fighting for our freedom. Which is why I think we've shown far enough that someone who chooses to openly disobey and disrespect in a pattern of horrible abuse and griefing, that no matter who they are, who they think they are, whether they think they're the co-owner, whether they think they have the right to ban who they please, that we will find them, and the law will catch up to them eventually. That's why I believe that we have all found someone who is guilty to be in fact guilty, and that if we were to not find someone as guilty as they are, in fact punishable, then we are disobeying the very principles that we all speak of, and that we all are traitors to our own selves. To ourselves, indeed. Thank you.
Alright, if the defense would like to offer their final arguments.
Yes, Your Honor. I'd like to begin my closing statement with a quote from the great politician and gentleman Benjamin Franklin. Tis a common observation here that our cause is the cause of all mankind, and that we are fighting for their liberty in defending our own. I'd like to say that I think it is obstructive to the creation of the server in which we are trying to make, to have all these court cases thrown everywhere as soon as someone does something that is not liked, rather than sorting out the problems on our own.
Excuse me, sir. Sorry to interrupt, but may I add that this trial is not to see whether or not random court sessions are indeed valid, but rather whether or not Brandon did grief.
It's also not. It's also not.
Please continue with your closing arguments.
I'd also like to state that I think it's unfair for behavior like this to continue, and that I recognize that I've done wrong in the past. I'd like to formally apologize to anyone I've offended, and I'd like to keep it short and simple and end it with that. I sincerely hope that the server's well-being is upheld.
All right, I guess that's it. So now we hand it off to the jury. So if the jurors would like to form their own Skype call, and
wait, there's a jury.
John, did you say the jury was? John, you said the jury.
Yeah, I thought this was like a no jury case, but alright.
What are you talking about?
Alright, I guess.
How
about every
wait. How many people who are in this court were not called to the witness stand?
Well, everyone that here was like supposed to be, but
yeah, you
yeah, I really don't know what's
in fact, I'm
going
going to sue you for that, Justin.
well,
So then I guess it has to be a no jury case then.
What? But I
Well,
wasn't called for anything. and I
anyway,
wasn't involved.
to quote,
I know, but there was like 2 people who weren't involved.
also, I never got a chance to question Brandon, but this is his second offense. I'd like to point out.
Well, second unproven event.
What? Well, I mean, this
It's
would be
not
his
really-
second offense.
All right,
Can you stop spraying? Okay.
all right, let's just finish this.
All right, then I guess I will have to decide the verdict. If you give me a moment of a couple minutes of silence to deliberate, I will leave the call and I'll join back when I'm ready.
So guys, since Justin's gone, what a miss.
Oh, we're having a court case for Dalton. I have a feeling that Justin's gonna really underdo.
Well,
He's gonna
is
go
this
very.
about-
What?
Well,
Considering this was like a 4-hour.
Well, I mean,
well,
Brandon,
in your closing argument, you basically said, "Yeah, I'm guilty, and I'm
Yeah.
sorry."
That's what you did at the last one too.
Like you weren't even defending yourself. You were basically like, yeah, just punish me, just please. I'm gonna be nice, so hopefully you'll be nice to me with the punishment.
Yeah,
And that's what's gonna end up happening.
Justin,
That's kind of smart because Justin's gonna be like, yeah, well, you've admitted to being guilty, so I guess I'll go easy.
yeah,
on you.
Justin is actually the kind of judge who kind of underballs all of his punishments. Like for example,
Well, no, especially with what Brandon just did.
yeah,
Yeah,
like at the last court's
Well,
case.
that's not really
Well,
intentional.
Brandon,
Sorry,
at the
go ahead.
at the last court case, for example.
All right.
Anyway, to finish, sorry, Justin, but to finish my sentence, at the last court one, the jury was like, yeah, 5 days or so, and then Justin was like, I agree, so like 6 hours. And I was like negotiating.
What the
I've
heck?
come to a verdict. I have found Brandon guilty of all charges. Now, Brandon, do not let this be confused as a personal matter. Strictly business. As to punishment, I am as of yet undecided, as the Constitution was not written for the pre-build team, as written for the primary server. However, I'm going to say you have a 1 week suspension from the build team, and you will have to be reinstated as a new member when you join back. Fair enough.
Yes.
Let us go to Wild Bills to celebrate!
That's pretty good. Justin, you did a pretty good job being a judge.
Yeah.
Did John like
Considering
explain
I
to you
have
all the
no-
like?
And a round of applause for everyone.
Did
No,
John
I just
like
kind
have
of
to?
like
Yeah, because you got all the.
law stuff. Like off
Yeah,
the
you
top
knew
of
all
my
the
head.
words and everything. John was good with
No,
it.
there was some stuff that John knew. Yeah, some stuff I
Okay,
knew.
well, guys, was this like about Brandon yesterday or?
It was
Did
about
Uh,
basically his
both.
entire career.
Oh,
Also,
'cause I was gonna say
I never
he
got to
did,
say
like-
that he de-opt me and refused to re-opt me.
Yeah, I was
because
gonna
voting
bring
admin
Brandon to
fees.
the stand and further.
But you know what?
Yeah.
There's not even much point to it because Brandon was already guilty. You know.
Yeah,
like,
I was
guilty.
gonna further
Like
bring up how he was, like basically his disrespect toward like how he thought that he was like an owner of the server.
Yeah, empty the
Um,
evidence.
Well, I don't
Like,
really
Dalton-
think that I'm an owner of the server.
So loud, get by.
Wait, no, Dalton.
Yeah.
You wanted to do something?
Oh, well, what was I gonna say? I was gonna
Guys,
say
let's go to the
while I was
tavern.
building my bridge, Brandon was putting bats.
There's a
in
tavern.
the
Dawn, you
church.
told me you were gonna when you came into my room in the middle of the case and then told me you were gonna sue John.
Well, not yet. I don't.
Hey, who
have
wants to
the
see something
tavern.
really awesome? Come outside.
I just want to add, he did spawn to like more than 569 of them.
Justin,
All right,
Wait,
thanks,
opinion,
thanks,
stop
Nabil.
throwing bottles.
This
Wait,
with
what
the
do you
Wow,
want
results
to know?
are-
It's kind of funny. He said he intentionally he was actually sorry and he was didn't intend to like
Wait,
make his
Justin,
punishment
Justin.
weaker. Yet now, once you actually give him a good
Whose farm
Justin.
is this?
arguing.
I really like this
Wait,
farm.
Justin, you missed
Yes?
my thing. Come back here.
You still haven't
Back
what's it
over here.
called? Answered my question.
As a
Just-
judge, I'm not really supposed to give my personal
But as a
opinion.
Justin, what are you?
Yeah,
As
this
a-
is just a video game. You could as yourself. Yeah.
There's gonna be kind of hard to move because Eddie made it.
I honestly don't know. I mean, in one hand, I kind of want to believe Brandon, but on the other hand, you guys had more compelling evidence.
Well, there's overwhelming evidence against him, and everybody on the server
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
those-
Justin.
yeah.
While you were
like
here
if
yesterday,
you were to like declare him innocent, I think
We all would have
the server
left.
would have gone mad. Like there would be mass chaos. Just
You would probably lose like 75% of the
Justin.
what's it called? Build team.
Like 100 at least. Because you
I
can
don't-
go like
is there
over
any-
100.
No, because there will be some people who actually build.
I mean, who did Brandon call to the trial? Because it seemed like everybody he called actually worked against him.
Yeah, like he called Nabil up and was like, "Yeah, so just to confirm, you are mad at me, right? Okay."
Yeah, I figured Nabil was gonna be Brandon's kind of one.
Yeah, because Nabil was the only one who like still like had.
Yeah,
a little bit of
Nabil
faith
is
with him.
probably probably the most neutral one, and yet he was still against Brandon.
I wasn't against him. I just didn't want to take like. Oh.
You had no
what-
evidence. You had no like